vocabulary book, that's the ebook, which would help you further in your IELTS examination. And here, definitely, there are many people who are going to appear the IELTS examination in the near future. So first of all the best to all of them. And now I think let's start with the webinar. I have shared my screen and I am going to describe about the last minute tips and tricks which you would be learning today with the webinar, and also you can ask a few questions at the end of the session. So first I would just give you an overview of what is IELTS. IELTS is actually the international examination which is written if you are going to apply for student visa, or it is going to be the immigration process to any country. It has 4 modules. Everybody know the basic thing that it has 4 modules. Listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Listening is of 30 minutes, reading is of 60 minutes, writing is of 60 minutes, and speaking will be somewhere around just 11 to 14 minutes. And these 4 modules are actually not conducted together. First, you'll be attending listening, reading, writing, and then speaking separately in front of the examiner. Next is, let's start with the listening module first, as we would be attending the listening session, the listening module in the examination format. So listening, what is listening? Listening is somewhere you listen to different conversations. You have questions related to those conversations. You attend the questions, you give the answers, and there are different question types in listening module. So if we go to the sections, then we have 4 sections and 40 questions. 40 questions divided equally into 4 sections. So here, if I say 4 sections, then let's take the odd ones, that is section 1 and section 3, which would be a conversation between 2 people or more, but not more than 4 people. And section 2 and 4, that is the even numbers, will be monologues. That is, we'll have one speaker or a lecturer describing about any topic. General topic in section 2, or we can say part 2, which is the new format of the question paper. And part 4, we would be having the lecture on an academic topic. You will find only the native speakers, no local speakers speaking English, only native speakers. So that is why it is very important to listen to the conversation carefully. You cannot miss out any word, or I would say it is very important to identify the key information. Key information will actually help you get the answers easily, and it will somewhere related to the question, not somewhere, it will completely related to the question, but keywords will actually help you connect with the questions. And the next part is, before listening to the conversation, you would get some time to read the questions. So please make sure you read the question with the exact information that you would look for from the conversation. And also you can mark the keywords, highlight the keywords in the questions. And yes, you are ready to go with the listening module. There are many question types: sentence completion, note completion, map labeling, and answer short questions. So today we would just be going to do an example, or I would just say some few things about map labeling. This is one question type that you would come across in listening. This generally comes in section 2 or section 3. And this is actually a description of an area, and the speaker describes about the whole area. You have to listen to the conversation and try to answer the questions. So here, if you see, the questions are 17, 18, 19, 20. In this, you need to understand where you're standing first. And I would definitely advise that you take the footsteps along the talk. That is, you just imagine as if you are walking walking in the area or walking along the street, and you find the correct places. So if it is possible, yes, of course, we can go with the audio, and I hope everyone would be able to listen to the audio properly. Just a moment.
So, what exactly are the facilities? What sports can you play here? Well, this room we're in at the moment is called the main hall, and it's used mainly for team sports such as football, volleyball, and basketball, but also for badminton and aerobics. On the other side of the reception area, there's the dance studio. This provides a smaller, more intimate space, which we use for ballet, modern dance, and martial arts. Not at the same time, of course. Then, in a separate building, which you may have noticed on your way here, it's on the other side of the car park, there are the squash courts, 6 of them. And at the far end of the building, a fitness room. This is our newest facility, only completed in the spring, but it's already proving to be one of the most popular. As well as all these facilities available here on the campus, we also have an arrangement with the local tennis club, which is only 2 miles away, entitling our students to use their courts on weekday mornings in the summer. So, I think that there should be something here for everybody, and I hope to see all of you at the centre, making use of the facilities. If, in the course of the year, you have any suggestions as to how the service we provide might be improved, or its appeal widened, I'll be interested to hear from you.
Okay, so I guess everyone would have got the answer, but 1 or 2 would be tricky. Definitely, you might not get the answer as well. So the answers are 17 is reception area. It went very quickly. The 18 is dance studio. The 19 is squash courts. The 20 is a fitness room. Now, for the reception area, they actually said that you are somewhere here at the main hall. And when you just cross the reception area and move towards dance studio, and there they said that the reception area just, went very quickly. And you must be able to listen to dance studio, but not reception area. So that is a part where you have to be very much focused. As they said very clearly, you are standing here at the main hall. You would cross the reception area and reach the dance studio. And on the other side of the car park, we have squash courts, 6 of them. So 6, you can see the 19 one, which is given in 6. And then crossing the squash courts, you have the fitness studio, which is a new area, or they would say a new activity, but still it is gaining the popularity easily. So yes, these are the correct answers. And as I said, it is always better to walk along the talk. So just walk the way the speaker or the lecturer is actually describing the whole area, and it would be easy for you to get the answer. Next is, this is a presentation which I'm playing, and you should be getting this presentation after we complete the webinar, where you also have some example questions. So once you're done with the practicing one, you can also go with the example. So this is the example for listening, the same question type, that is map labeling. And here you must be able to see a small area, that is Rosewood House and Gardens. There are many letters. So some questions, you need to write the name of the area or name of the place. And in some questions, you have to address the area or the place with the correct letter. So for example, you can just see here that it has many letters. The map has many letters from A to, I guess, I. And you somewhere would be standing here at the information center. You would move along the talk, that is the way the talk goes. You have to move according to that and find the answers for orchid. And find the answers for orchid, kitchen garden, pear alley, and greenhouse. You just have to write the correct letter. So as I said, you have 2 options. Either you write the correct letter or you write the correct answer according to the instructions given. So the first and foremost thing that you would do in listening is read the instructions properly. And when you get the time to read the questions, please make sure you underline the keywords related to the questions. Now, this is the end of listening module. You also have the answers as well. And I am able to see that many students are actually asking questions. Many participants are asking questions. So I would just request the participants that this is just a webinar where we are going to give the last minute tips and tricks or key strategies for all the modules. But if you wish to have a detailed, or I would say a small session with our trainer, you can definitely book a demo session, especially related to the module where you're struggling with. So just now we completed listening. If you feel listening still you need some clarification, you can go for the demo session. And to book the demo session, you can go on our website. Now we have the reading. And again, I would just request, I would just go with the poll, because just we completed listening. I just want to make sure that you people have understood the listening module. So here we have the first question. What is the strategy for listening? We have 3 options and you can start giving the answers. The options are: follow the next word, listen for the keywords, underline while the recording is playing. So what do you feel is going to be the correct answer? Okay, so here, listen for the keywords. Maximum people have answered listen for the keywords, and the correct answer is you are not going to listen for the keywords, you're going to listen for the answers. You have to underline the keywords while you listen to the recording, which would somewhere connect you to the answer. So the correct answer is underline while the recording is playing. That is the correct answer. Then now, yes, so I guess people need more of strategies to do listening. And yes, definitely you can go for the demo session. Now we'll end up the poll and we would move forward to the reading module. The general reading module is, you people must be having just the upper hand information. That is it. The duration is 60 minutes and you will have 3 sections, 40 questions. Here the questions are not divided equally because we have 3 sections. So the questions would go 14, 13, 13 or 13, 13, 14 in this way. So next is, what is the strategy for reading? Whenever you come across any passage, we are not going to read the passage. We are not going to do anything with the passage. Yes, if you have time and if you feel you can just go through, you can just go through the heading that you have on the passage, or you can just go through the first paragraph of the passage and just get a normal idea what the passage would be. And then next is you just have to underline. For example, if you feel and you really feel comfortable in underlining the main content or the main keywords, you can definitely do that. You can highlight the content like this, like it is highlighted here: brilliant mind and a blitz personality. So you can just underline this. For example, if you feel that yes, you may come across this particular section and you would be able to find the answer very quickly, so you can do that. You can highlight the keywords, or you can go to the questions directly, understand the questions and mark the keywords there and start doing the exercises. So it completely depends on you which way you are comfortable, but you can go with both the ways. Especially in reading, the main strategy that is used is skimming and scanning. Now, what is skimming? Skimming is actually, as we did this, we are just, moving across the important words. We are trying to find the important words which are really necessary related to this passage. And scanning is to find the information, the correct information, the gist, I would say, the exact information that we require according to the question. So this is something like we can do scanning for match the headings. We can do scanning for match the information in the paragraphs. So when you go for these two question types, definitely scanning is important. But when you go for fill in the blanks, like write no more than 3 words, write no more than 2 words, 1 word only, or answer the following questions. So you have to understand the question and you go for skimming. Skimming, that is, you would just skim the important words and you would find the correct answer with the keywords that you have marked in the question. Now, the next one is majorly you also have to focus this one thing, that is, whenever we attend the missing words, that is fill in the blanks, it is always important to bring the answers or to get the answers which are grammatically correct. Now here the answer is here the question is, even though she became fatally ill from working with radium, Marie Curie was never dash. So here somewhere I can just predict the word or predict the answer, and I am predicting it grammatically as well, that it may be an adjective, but still I have to go to the passage. I would actually mark the keywords here. She became fatally ill from working with radium, and working with radium, fatally ill, working with radium. That is my keywords. I would go to the passage. I would try to skim the whole passage to find these keywords, and I would be able to find the answer of this particular blank there. So this is the way how you would go with the fill in the blanks. And the next one is the answer here. It is disillusioned, which you would be getting in the passage. We would definitely go with an example. I would make sure that I explain you this particular thing with an example. But the main part that you have to keep in mind is, it is very important to get an answer from the passage and match it according to the grammar as well. You cannot just place the words as it is, just saying that the around words or the words from the left and right part of the blank are somewhere matching synonymatically and I would just take it. No, in some areas you need to match it grammatically as well. So yes, this is a strategy that you need to follow for fill in the blanks. And after that, the main part you also need to focus is on the distractors. Where you would focus on distractors mainly is in true, false, not given, or yes, no, not given, where the distractors are the linking words, adverbs, or conjunctions. And these distractors, somewhere, it actually takes you to the contradictory part of the sentence or the question. And might be even the information also must not be there in the passage. So eventually, you majorly have to depend on the distractions or the distracting words, which would actually give you the correct way of attending the true, false, not given. So in short, I would say that the strategies used for each and every question type is somewhere different. And to learn more about the strategies, I would just repeat it again, that you can go with a demo session if you really feel that reading is still somewhere a difficulty for you, even though you're going to attend the examination just in a week or just in 10 days. You can definitely go for a demo session where you can get clarified with your doubts at the end moment as well. So yes, the trainers would definitely help you out. We are here to help you out. So IELTS material is something where you would get the unique way of explaining you the strategies, and I think might be you would really feel helpful with that. The demo session would be really fruitful. Okay, so now let's just take an exercise. Here it is written as you can do these exercise at home. Yes, you can definitely do, because the number of questions here we have is 1 to 8, and I'm not going to attend all the questions. I would maximum give you answers for 1 or 2, and then it will be that is, the presentation will be sent to you after you finish the webinar or after we end the webinar, and you can attend these questions by yourself. You can get the answers. We also have the correct answers, so you can check, you can assess yourself. So now here, what would I do with the first part? When I come across the question or the question type, what am I going to do? I would actually go with the instruction. I would definitely go with the instruction, where here I am able to see the instruction that choose no more than 3 words. Now, when it says no more than 3 words, then I have 3 options. That is, I can write my answer in 1 word, I can write my answer in 2 words, or in 3 words. So it doesn't matter if the sentence, if the answer is just in 1 word, but it perfectly fits in the sentence, it shows that it is going to be the correct answer, then you can go with 1 word. It is not mandatory that it is written 3 words and you need to write the answer in 3 words. So let's just go with the first question. We'll understand the question first, and then we would go to the passage. I'll make you understand how actually I'm relating, my keywords in the passage. In an emergency, a teacher will either phone the office or what? So when it comes or, then it says that the teacher actually has 2 options. So one of my option is phone the office, and what is the other option? So let's just go to the passage. Okay, this is the passage. And here, if you see, we would start with the first part. That is, we would start skimming and scanning instantly, where we should do this. That is, we should skim the part by just, searching for the teacher. First, I would search for the teacher, and also I would see that around the teacher, am I able to find 2 options? That is the or option. Then definitely yes, I would search for that. And also the emergency, the case of emergency, I am able to find this in the second line. In case of emergency, find the nearest teacher who will send a messenger at full speed to the office or inform the office via phone. So I actually have this particular information, that is inform the office via phone. And really very sorry. Yes, inform the office via phone. So that option was clearly mentioned in the question. So what is the other option? My other option is send a messenger. So the teacher would either send a messenger or phone the office. Phone the office I already have in the option in the question. So my answer is send a messenger. Again, I actually go according to the number of words asked. It is 3 words. Even a will also be considered as a word. So I am justifying the instruction as well. And now let's go to the next question. The signal for evacuation will normally be several dash. So what would I do if how would I find out that, what would be the signal? For example, if there is an emergency, then what would be the signal? So let me just go to the passage, and when I skim, I clearly came across warning. So warning is somewhere the synonym for signal. So I would make sure that I start from here. And if I read the whole part, the sentence justifies the question by, it is actually showing that it has been paraphrased. So warning of an emergency evacuation will be marked by a number of. When I say paraphrase, so they have paraphrased the whole content. Warning as signal of the emergency will be instructed or will be given by a number of. A number of means several. So what is going to be my answer? My answer is short bell rings. So here when I say short bell rings is my correct answer, I have actually made sure that I'm clearly matching the sentence with the keywords that I took or I must have underlined during the examination, and I get the answer as short bell rings. Here also I am able to see that the answer is justifying the number of words that is given. I'm not exceeding 3 words. It is 3 words. So yes, in this manner you need to attend this particular question type. This question type is called as sentence completion. Here actually we are trying to complete the sentence. There are many missing areas, many blanks. So when we fill up the blanks, somewhere we call it as that we have completed the sentence. So yes, this particular question type is called as sentence completion. I hope you people must have understood the strategy or the way that we would attend the fill in the blanks. And fill in the blanks has many categories like sentence completion, note completion, form completion, table completion, diagram labeling, flowchart completion. All these come under the category of fill in the blanks. Then we also have multiple choice questions where we give single answer as well as we sometimes attempt multiple answer as well. We also have true, false, not given, yes, no, not given. The other question type that is the most students, they feel the difficulty is match the headings and matching the information from the question in the paragraphs. So yes, these are the question types that you would come across in the reading module. I would repeat again, reading is for 1 hour, which is exactly after listening. So once you complete listening module, you will be giving the reading module, and reading is also 1 hour. And after reading, we would go for writing. Now, you also have the correct answers, so you can do the assessment by yourself. Before starting the writing module, I would just want you to give me the answers related to the poll that is related to the reading module that we did now, just to understand what we have actually understand from the webinar. And here is the first question. What is skimming? What is skimming? Okay. So what is skimming? Skimming is actually, as I said, we do not skip the numbers. Sorry, we do not skip words. We do not look for only numbers. We actually look for details. That is the details related to the names, or as we went for the details. So yes, looking for details is the correct answer. And let's go to the next question. Okay, so what is scanning? Oh, I'm just sorry for skimming. I'm just sorry for skimming. Actually, we are looking, we are skipping words. We are skipping words to get the correct answer. That was the correct answer. It's not for looking details. Scanning is, I would not say the answer. Let's just wait for the other people. Yes. Okay, the poll has started again. Okay, the answer is looking for details. And here also, I would say, yes, it is for looking for details, because as I said, we are looking for some sort of information, the information which is given in the question, and we are just going to find that information in the passage, the complete information in the passage. So skimming is actually we skim for words, and scanning is actually we look for details. We skim for words, that is skimming, and scanning is we look for details. And here we end up the poll, and we also end up the reading module. One thing I would definitely want to give you the information before we move on to the next module. That is, when we end up the webinar, all the participants would be getting, or else I would say that would be able to receive 3 actual tests. Now, what are these actual tests? These are actually the reason test, the complete mock test, which would have listening, reading, writing, and speaking. And you would be able to receive these 3 actual tests, but once we end up the webinar, not before that. And you would also get 1 speaking and 1 writing evaluation by our expert trainers. And this, I think, would be really beneficial for the students who are going to attend the examination in the near future. As I said, might be just in a week or in 15 days. And attending these 3 actual tests will give you a clear idea of what would be the examination format, what type of questions you may come across during the examination. So you will not be feeling a hustle bustle at the end. You have a complete idea of how the question paper would be. And yes, this you will attend at the end. So once we finish the webinar, you will get the link where you can download these 3 actual tests. And again, I would give you the suggestion. I am able to see almost 60 messages from different participants. And this is a webinar where it is difficult for me to answer all the questions. So I would request you, if you can go for a session with the trainer. Why I am actually giving you the what we say, the instruction related to going for the session, and you can just clarify your doubts, is because you would be attending this session one-on-one. It will be a personal session, personal demo session, where you will be there, only you will be there, and the trainer would be there. You would be free to ask any questions and any number of questions to the trainer. So yes, please do that. And it would be really, as I said, I would repeat the things. It would be really beneficial for you if you attend the demo session, and also you can clarify some of your doubts which you really feel should be clarified before you attend the examination, right? So yes, we have completed listening and reading, and I would just come with an overview again. Listening is 30 minutes. And nowadays, you also know that there are 2 types of examinations. One is paper-based and the other one is computer-based. The paper-based examination, where you attend the listening test for 30 minutes and you get 10 minutes to transfer your answers in the answer sheet. Whereas in the computer based, you don't have anything like that. You would be just attending the examination for 40 minutes. You submit the answers and the answers are submitted. That's it. You don't have to transfer the answers anywhere. And then you would come to reading. Again, reading does not have any difference in the timing or the duration. It is 60 minutes, the 3 sections. The good part is you cannot expect any spelling errors in the computer based exam, because you can just write it. That is, you can just see and write it on the spot. And yes, as I said, according to your comfortability, or according to you feel how you want to go with the examination, you can book your exam computer based or paper based. And as we have done with 2 modules, I would just go with another poll, where here I want to know about you, about yourself, some questions related to your self introduction kind of. So if you can attend this poll for 2 minutes, yes. Thank you so much. Okay, so with the poll, I have noticed that many people wish to migrate to Canada, and many are going to attend the examination for the first time. So I hope this webinar is would actually be helpful for you, and I hope I am going well to give you the answers or just the last minute things as well. And many actually um, are struggling with many other modules as well. Okay, so that is why I said that it is really important, if you people have time, you have time for a small demo session, you can book the demo session with our expert trainers. And the other thing that I just missed out during this webinar, which is very important, about the freebies that you would receive at the end of this webinar. The freebies are actually the ebooks and the cheat sheets. Cheat sheets are something like we actually give different ways of how you can use the linking words or different vocabularies, and those vocabularies can actually fill up your hesitation or the one where you get stuck and you're not able to get back to the answer. So these fillers, the natural fillers, the cheat sheets, the words, vocabularies would actually help you in getting back to the answer or getting back to the performance where you need to give good answers during speaking. And yes, these cheat sheets will help you a lot in the speaking part. The other thing is the ebooks. The ebooks are related to all the modules. So you would be able to practice all the modules with the help of these ebooks, and audios are also attached to it. So yes, these are the freebies that you would receive. You would get a link to download them, or you can just click on the link that is given in the presentation as well. So we have provided all the links that would be helpful to you related to the three actual test, and also the audios with the three actual test, the speaking questions, the writing questions, how you would be getting the access to the evaluation. All those things, all the links would be provided in the presentation, and we would be sending you the presentation after we finish the webinar, because you're going to attend some sample questions. So yes, this is it. Now let's come back to the learning session, and we would start with writing module now. General writing has two tasks, task 1 and task 2. Task 1 is called as letter writing. Task 2 is called as essay writing. Task 1 is of 20 minutes and task 2 is of 40 minutes. The advised number of words according to the question is 150 words, but we would advise you to go around 175, 180, or I would just say that just calculate 10% more words. You can just be calculative and you can just write 10% more of the given number and calculate it, and you can just go around that. So if I calculate 10% more, it will be somewhere 165, 170. So you can go just nearby this number. Just make sure you do not write less than 150, or you do not cross 200. Somewhere it would look too long. It would not look like a letter writing, as we are just going to attend the letter writing for 20 minutes. Again, you should not exceed the time as well. Otherwise, you would not get the time at the end. Then is the essay writing, the second task, essay writing, where you will get 40 minutes to attend the task. And the other part is you have to write 250 words. Again, if you calculate 10%, or I would just say that you can write at least 275, 280 words. Here also, I would advise that you should not go below 250. You should not go beyond 300. And also, I will explain you about the structure as well. Let's go with writing task 1. The writing task 1, you may come across three options, and you will be getting only one question in the exam, but you may get the question from these three options. The first one is informal letter. So the informal letter is, I would just give it in a very easy way, the letter that you write to your friend, to your family member, to your relative, cousin, uncle, aunt, your mother, your father. So the letter which you write to your relative, or the closed ones, I would say, that is an informal letter. Now coming to the semi-formal letter, this is another category where you actually use the language in a semi-formal manner. And this can be to your known person, the person you actually know, but you may not have met him anytime. You just know him. You just know him from the far away way. And yes, if you are writing a letter to that kind of person, then definitely it is going to be a semi-formal letter. Or you can just, for example, you can just say that a semi-formal letter would be writing to a colleague who works in another branch. You know him, but you don't meet him, every day, or you don't get along with him every day. So yes, that can be a semi-formal letter. Again, it is related to the office work, right? And then the other part is the last option that we have is formal letter. Formal letter is, I would say, an example, job application. The job application is definitely called as a formal letter because you do not know the person to whom you're writing. And you just have to make sure that you analyze the question first. So the first part that you would do is when you get the question, you would analyze the question, you would identify which type of letter it is, and then just see the addressing part. Just go through the addressing part. If the question says address with dear and a name, then go with it. If the letter says address the letter with dear sir or madam, then please start your letter with that and do not add anything else other than this. And then you can just start with the next paragraph or the following paragraph that is going to be the purpose of the letter, and follow the structure. So there is a structure that you need to follow. There is a common structure that is to be followed for all the letters, but at least we have to make sure that we give the information which is asked in the question. We do not write anything apart from the information because you only have to write around 180, 175 words. And if you write out of the topic, you may exceed the number of words, and again, you may lose bands. So yes, there is an important notification here, that is, don't write anything after the salutation. Start the introduction on a new line. Remember, salutations should maintain register across letter types to avoid inaccuracies and impoliteness, which leads to loss in points. So this is one important factor that you need to remember. And the other main thing is the punctuation also is very important. Please make sure that you're giving correct punctuation, whether it is letter writing or it is essay writing. That is also calculated as one type of grammatical error. Okay, now let's move on to just go through the example questions. So here I would be presenting you 3 different questions of 3 types of letters. So the first question that you can see here is, just take 1 minute if you can just read the question and understand which type of letter it is. So let me give you 30 seconds if you can just go through, and then I'll explain you which type of letter it is, or you can just, analyze by yourself, but still I would be explaining you. 30 seconds. Okay, so I guess you must have known that this is an informal letter because it clearly says that it is a letter to your friend. And as I explained, a letter to a friend, relatives, uncle, aunt, or your mother and father would also be informal. And you have 3 questions here. These 3 questions are the basic structure of any letter. You would be able to find 3 questions after you have the main question, and then you would find these 3 questions. I would say these are sub questions, and you have to make sure that you organize your letter exactly according to the sub questions given. So please make sure that you give the details of the questions that are asked and do not miss out anything. For example, the question says, thank your friend for the holiday. And if you are not mentioning this part in your letter, that you're not writing any statement related to the thanking part, or you're not thanking your friend, you're not showing any good gesture related to this particular question, definitely it would say that you have not achieved the task. That is, you're not writing according to the question. You have missed out one sub question and you may lose bands with this. So make sure you attend all the 3 questions and you can just make a proper structure related to the letter. And let's go with the next question. Okay, there is a sample answer here. I'm so sorry. There is a sample answer here, which would actually give you a clear idea how you can organize your letter, how the paragraphs are actually giving the task achievement. What is task achievement? Task achievement is you write the letter exactly according to the question asked. That is, you're giving the response properly, appropriately according to the question. And you are able to see that we have addressed dear Elena as it is a friend. So I can write my friend's name. I just have to write the first name and I would continue with that. And yes, here there are 3 paragraphs. At the end, we have also written a subscription. Now, what is a subscription? It's the ending of the letter, like how you would like to end up the letter with a very good gesture. So here the person has written love, Chris. In the same way, we have a semi-formal letter. It is saying write a letter to a former teacher. So now you know your former teacher, but now is a condition that you're not able to meet that teacher. So in that case, you would actually write a semi-formal letter and you would address the teacher. You can address the teacher by saying, dear sir, dear madam, or you can just write, dear Mr. Sakshi, dear Mr. Thomas, dear Mrs. Nancy. So you can definitely name your teacher. You can call your teacher by name and you can give the details that are asked. So here again, we have 3 sub questions which you need to attend, which is very important. You cannot miss out any question. Now you also have a sample answer related to this. So please, I would request go with the sample answer and just understand by yourself how the coherence and cohesion works. Now, what is coherence and cohesion? It is actually structuring the ideas, connecting the ideas with one another, or writing exactly according to the question asked, giving the supporting statements, and also introducing the question, that is introducing first the answer and then giving the supporting statements. So in short, I would say that this is showing a connectivity between your ideas. That is called as coherence and cohesion. Next is, we also have to make sure that we relate it with proper grammar and vocabulary. So my first marking criteria, which is very important and which would be taken into assessment first, so that is task achievement. The second marking criteria, which is the second most important, is coherence and cohesion. The third is grammar, and the fourth comes lexical resource, which is called as vocabulary. Now here, we have the third question, which is actually a formal letter. You do not know who is there in the local council. You don't know whom you're going to write the letter, but still you are going to write a complaint letter to the local council. So you can address this letter by dear sir or madam, because again, you do not know which person is there, whether he or she is, that is, it's a male or female. So you can write both dear sir or madam. Again, you would just write the answers for all the 3 sub questions and you can finish a letter with a very good signing off statement. And at the end, you write the subscription as well. So again, you have this sample answer where you can see that the purpose of the letter is written, 3 paragraphs are made, the last signing off statement, and the end part is the subscription. The subscription is where you end up the letter by giving your name and also by giving a small salutation, which you just end up. This is the ending salutation. Okay. So yes, now let's come to writing task 2. I hope you people must have understood what is writing task 1. And we would now move forward to writing task 2. As I said, I will just repeat the important facts again. 280 to 285 words to be written. But according to the question, it is said that you need to write 250 words. So I would make sure that I don't go less than 250. And the other part is I will be getting 40 minutes to complete this task. Yes, now let's go to the marking criteria. As I said, the first important marking criteria is task achievement. Task achievement is how well you have responded to the question or how appropriately you have given the answer exactly according to the question, and you're not going out of the topic, not giving ideas other than the topic. And if you actually give exactly what is asked, then it is said that you have given the task response properly, the task achievement is done perfectly. The second one is coherence and cohesion. So as I said, the structuring of the ideas, that is, you connect the ideas perfectly by introducing the key factor and then giving the supporting statement to the key factor, giving an example to the key factor which actually somewhere relates to the key point, and then you justify your example as well, and you conclude the paragraph. Then comes grammatical range. Now, what is grammatical range? Grammatical range is how accurate you are in giving the, I would say, the different sentence structures, that is simple sentence, compound sentence, complex sentence, and also you can go with passive sentences as well. So this is something says that you need to present blend of different sentence structures in a paragraph, which shows that you are very good in your grammatical accuracy. And that too, you need to write it with good grammar. It's not that you can just present simple, complex, and compound sentences anywhere and everywhere, but you also have to see the grammatical, what we say, the grammatical accuracy as well, that the sentence is appropriate with the grammar. And then comes lexical resource. So lexical resource is the terminology used in IELTS, but with an easy word, I can say that, with an easy definition, I can say that vocabulary. Now, one thing you have to remember that, yes, it is very important that you do not repeat the vocabulary, but also make sure that you use good vocabularies, but not the vocabularies which you do not know the meaning. And it's just for the sake of using vocabulary, you are just putting in the words and trying to prove that you are presenting high range of vocabulary. No, an essay can get good bands with good vocabularies as well, with simple vocabularies as well, but it should cover the aspects of what is asked in the essay, what is asked in the question. That is very important. So these are the assessment parameters related to writing task 1 as well as writing task 2. Now let's move on to the next part, which is describing about the different types of questions that you may come across in task 2. Here we have 6 different types of essays: opinion based, discussion essay, and stating your opinion, agree disagree essay, advantages disadvantages essay, or we can say positive and negative essay, problem solution essay. In this category we also have causes solution, we also have causes effects as well. So there are 3 different categories in problem solution essay. And the last one is 2-part question, or it is also called as double question essay. So in short, we have 6 different types of essays. And in the examination, you will have only one question from any one of these. So any one type of essay question you would have in your examination. So yes, what is actually important in writing the essay is the introduction. The introduction actually gives the idea to the examiner how well you have understood the question and how well you have given your opinion if it is required. And what is the structure of the introduction? That is the correct impression, or I would say a very good impression you can give to the examiner is only with the introduction. So if the introduction goes well, then it's just the body paragraphs where you have to give the details, which the key factors that you have explained in the introduction or the overview that you have given. And at the end, in the conclusion, you will be just presenting the summarization of the whole 2 paragraphs, 2 main body paragraphs, and that's it. So in short, you need to write 4 paragraphs: introduction, 2 main body paragraphs, and conclusion. In the introduction, you can have these 4 statements that are mentioned here. The first one is making a general statement. Now, what is making a general statement? You understand what the question is trying to say, and you give the general idea of the essay. And then you try to paraphrase the question as well. Also, if you are really good to present the general idea and paraphrasing together, that would be really great, presenting the complex sentence with the first sentence itself. And then the thesis statement, which is actually said that you write your opinion as thesis statement. So this particular statement would vary according to the question. You would add this or you would subtract this. And this, how it comes is, if the opinion is asked, you would definitely add the statement. If there is no opinion asked, then you would just omit this statement. You will not be writing this. And then comes the outline of the essay. The outline of the essay is actually the key factors that you would be presenting in the following body paragraphs. Right? I hope this is really, this has been beneficial for you, making you understand about the whole structure. And now we have 3 questions from the latest examinations. So if you see, the first question is actually talking about the migration of people from the rural areas to the city area, and why is it, like what are the causes of this trend, and what effects does it have on the existing city dwellers. Now, if I can analyze the question, I would say that it is a problem solution essay, but the category is different. It is actually causes effects essay. So what you need to do is you actually have to present the general idea. It is actually because of the urbanization, more and more people are migrating from the rural areas, or you can say from the villages and small towns to the metro cities. The main reason could be the facilities provided in the cities related to medical, education, and also the employment opportunities. This, how does this affect the city dwellers? So you also have to give a small overview related to that in the introduction itself. And then you would be elaborating the whole part in the 2 body paragraphs. So the second body paragraph will be the causes of this trend, that is the causes of the migration. And the third paragraph will be the effects of this migration, how it would affect the city dwellers, positively or negatively. You can write both. And yes, at the end, you would be writing the conclusion. Again, just please make sure you don't add any new point in the conclusion. It would not say that you have concluded the essay. It would say that still the essay is continued. So these questions were asked in the recent examinations, that is in the year 2020, from Monday to from January to the ongoing month, that is July. And these 3 questions were trending actually. The second question is related to nuclear weapons. And the third question is related to climatic change, and the main factor that is taken is global warming. So yes, this actually shows that from the IELTS material, you would be able to access the recent questions of the essays, of the letters. And if it is academic, then you would also go for, okay, let's just discuss about the essays and letters. So from the website or from the services that we provide, you would be able to have the information related to the recent questions, recently asked questions in different question papers, or which month was, that is which month had which topic. For example, if in the January month it was related to nuclear weapons, then yes, you would get the information right away from the website. And again, I would say that if you have any doubts, if you have any further doubts related to the writing session, still you're not able to understand the structure, you can definitely go with a session with our trainers and you can clarify your doubts there. And yes, I guess this is the end of the writing task. And here you also have the sample answers for all the 3 questions that we discussed. The first question related to the migration of the people from the rural areas to the cities. And the second question is related to the nuclear weapons. And the third question is related to global warming. The terrifying threats to humanity is global warming. So the whole essay discusses about global warming, the problems, the solution. And yes, now this is the end of writing module. Before we go for the speaking module, I would again go for a small poll game where the questions would be related to writing tasks. And I would request everyone to please attend the poll game. And here, as I said, the winners of the poll games, that is all the poll games, would get a free vocabulary ebook. So please do attend the questions properly with complete focus, where you can give the correct answers. So the first question is, what is the minimum number of words for letter writing? What is the minimum number of words for letter writing? I actually described this 3 or 4 times. So I guess you should have written this somewhere, making some notes. Okay, yes. So the correct answer is 150 words. Minimum 150 words have to be written in the letters. You can cross 180, 185, but not more than that. Just make sure that you do not go more than that. The next question is, if we can have the next question. Yes, thank you. It is, what is the most important criteria for writing? The most important criteria for writing. Please just recall whatever I explained. That would really help you in giving the correct answers. And just recall the parameters. Which was the first parameter that you just saw on the screen? There were 4 parameters, and the first one, the second one, the third one, and the fourth one. So which is the correct one? Yes. So 78% is, that is 63 participants have given the correct answer, that is task achievement or task response, which is the important factor for writing, that is the important checking parameter or assessment parameter for writing. Now let's go with the next module. We would go with the next module, that is speaking module. And this is going to be the last section of our IELTS examination. Speaking module, generally students or participants or the candidates, they feel it is going to be really difficult. They don't understand how they have to, deliver their answers, or do they have to behave formally, or some really get nervous as if they are going to give an interview. You don't have to be nervous anywhere. You just have to make sure that your communication skill is really good. So even with the whole webinar, you must have noticed that I did not use any high range of vocabulary. I just made sure that my grammar is accurate. I am going with the flow. I am trying that I don't repeat the words, but no, I think I must have repeated some words, but that's fine. But at least I made things understandable. You are able to understand all the modules, and that should be your main focus. Your answer should be delivered in a way that it does not make the examiner confused, or she should not feel that the answer is complicated. You have to give simple answers, speak as naturally and smoothly as you can. Do not imitate as the native speaker. It's not advised. You have to show your own personality in speaking, so just make sure with that. Go with good communication. So that should be your major strategy. Go with good communication. Your confidence should be good. You should give the correct answers. I would not say correct answers, but the correct answers is related to correct grammar and vocabulary. So yes, that is speaking module. Speaking module has 3 parts. Part 1, part 2, and part 3, where part 1 is introductory questions. Part 2 is cue cards, or according to the IELTS terminology, it is called as individual long turn. But I don't think so you would understand that. So it's better that you can just remember that the part 2 is cue card, and the part 3 is follow-up questions, which is related to part 2. That is, which is related to cue cards. Now, when I come to part 1, as I said, it is introductory questions. You need to make sure that you give the answers in brief. I would not say in short or very short answer or one-line answer. We would not go with that. We would give the answers in short, where actually we are going to speak about ourselves, the questions. We would be answering the questions about ourselves, and we would make sure that we give our own opinion, not a general opinion, but it would be personalized opinion. And yes, you would be attending this particular section for 4 to 5 minutes. And then you would be taken to the second part, which is called as cue card. A topic would be given, and there would be some sub questions related to that topic. You will get 1 minute to prepare before you speak. And after finishing this 1 minute preparation time, you would be allowed to speak The examiner will give you the instruction that now you can speak. So you just have to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. Just make a story out of the topic, and then you will go with you will be taken to part 3, where, as I said, part 2 and part 3 are connected to each other. So part 3 are called as discussion questions or follow-up questions. Here in part 3, you have to make sure that you give the answer in detail, because the questions would be related to somewhere describing advantages, disadvantages. You would compare the time frame, or you would give a general opinion. That is, you would say that many people believe, some people believe, majority of people notice that. So the point is, you are speaking on behalf of the other people, so it would be a general opinion, and you give a long answer in that. You can also add an example if you wish to. So yes, this is speaking module where you come across 3 sections. The 3 sections would get completed in 14 minutes. And that's it. You just come out of the speaking room. Just be relaxed once you have just done with the speaking test. The other main benefit that you would get from our website is, I hope you are able to see this link. This link is actually for the people who want to go for speaking practice and they want to go through different topics. So this is the link where you can access the different audios, and these audios are the answers given by the examiners or the native speakers. So you would be better able to understand the time frame, that is for the cue cards. It goes till 2 minutes, or it goes till 2 minutes 5 seconds, and what vocabularies a native speaker has used. Also, you can just feel the correct answer. That is, it actually goes with the flow like a story. So you have to understand the pattern. Yes, you have to understand the pattern, and I think for that you should definitely click on this link. And this link is there in the presentation. So once you receive the presentation, you would be able to access all the links as I mentioned before. Now let's go to the next part. That is, here we have a question. You will have many questions and also the sample answers as well. And for that also we have given a link. There is a sample topic as well. The topic says meal. So the whole question paper, or I would say the whole question, all the questions or all the parts would be related to meal. And you will be able to find many different questions. Just try to develop your own answer as well. Don't memorize the answers. Those are given on the website. But just try to understand the, I would say, the length of the answer. That is the part 1, not giving one-line answer and giving the answering in brief, or the part 2 where you have the time frame, and the part 3 where you can give long answers. Now, as I said, this is the link. Just click on the link and you would be able to go through many topics. It's not just one topic, but as it is said, practice test 1. So you have almost 50 topics there. So just go through that. Then we also have a sample here which says, describe your favorite food, what it is made of, where and when did you eat it first, why did you like it, do you know how to make it. So as we had sub questions in the letter writing, the same way we have sub questions here as well. So the point is, you get 2 minutes to speak on this topic and you have to make a story out of all the questions. It's not necessary that you follow the sequence, but make sure that you take the answer for all the questions. You speak the answer for all the questions. It doesn't matter you don't follow the sequence, that's completely fine. But yes, the talk should be related to all the questions. And it should get ended by 2 minutes, or at least I would say let the examiner stop you. But till the time the examiner stops you, you should make sure that you have answered all the questions. That is, you have covered all the questions. Now, here also you have a link where you will be able to find the sample answer. You can just go through the sample answer, getting good vocabularies. And the other main part is, there are many vocabularies given where the vocabularies are mentioned, that is a new vocabularies, and also the meaning is also mentioned related to that word. So you would get to know what that vocabulary means and where you can use this particular word in what context. So you will have to do some homework after that. It's just not reading. It is just, you need to do some homework later on. And yes, this is part 3 where you have questions where you need to give long answers, and somewhere you can see that this is related to part 2. It is talking about food, it is talking about restaurants, and you have to give the answer in what we say in detail. You can also add an example, as I said. So it would look that you have actually, you're justifying the question by giving good answers. Now, before we move on to question and answer session, if I can have the small poll on the screen related to the speaking module, please. Yes, thank you. And we have the question, what is the key to good communication? The options are speaking naturally and smoothly, focus on having lesser mother tongue influence, that is MTI, use complex vocabulary for higher band. So you can give your answers on this, and I can see that all the participants are actively participating with all the polls. Like, that is amazing. Very, very appreciated. And yes, the correct answer is speaking naturally and smoothly. So this is the correct answer. I told you that the communication should be very smooth and very natural, and that would actually give you good bands in speaking, because you're not portraying anyone else, you're just showing yourself. Yes, now we can go to the next question. The next question is, what should be avoided in part 1? So what are we going to avoid? Are we going to avoid short answer? We are going to avoid one line answer. We are going to avoid 3 or more lines answer. What are we going to avoid? Majorly, what is the focus? Majorly, what we would be avoiding? Okay, yes. People, you have, I think, not understood. It is actually, you need to avoid one line answer. You just cannot say one line answer. For example, if the question is, do you like chocolates? You just cannot say, yes, I like chocolates. This is one line answer. We cannot speak only this much. We need to elaborate it why I like chocolates, just giving 1 or 2 reasons. So I would say we can give a short answer. We can also give an answer with 3 or 4 lines, that is 3 or 4 sentences. So we need to avoid one line answer in part 1. The next question is, yes, the next and last question that we have is, how long is the preparation time for part 2? Is it 30 seconds? Is it 2 minutes? Or is it 1 minute? The one who would give the answer as 30 seconds and 2 minutes and 1 minute, anything, sorry, I would just continue my talk after that. Okay, the answer is 1 minute. The answer is 1 minute. The one who has, who has given the answer 30 seconds and 2 minutes, I would please request you to book a demo session for speaking with us, where the expert trainers will give you the correct information about the speaking module in detail. So you would come to know that the preparation time for part 2 is only 1 minute. It's not 30 seconds. It's not 2 minutes. Yes, the speaking time is going to be 2 minutes, but not, 30 seconds does not come anywhere. So the answer is 1 minute for this question. And now let's move on to the question and a answer. The chat box is open now. You may ask me questions related to anything that you feel you should go ahead. So the chat box is open, and please, if you can, give your answers, give your questions. How to book the demo? Okay, you can just go to the website, or we would ask our, yes, you can just share your number and the executive will call you. Okay, thank you. Do you provide any writing evaluation and speaking evaluation? Yes, of course, we do that. So you can just book the session for writing and speaking, where you would be, given 1 or 2 sessions related to the understanding of the modules, and then you can go for the writing modules, where the assessment will be given by the trainer. The answers are in order in what parts of the listening? I'm so sorry, I did not get the question correctly. And how important it is to use range of lexical resource in writing part. It is important, but you can just make sure that you do not repeat the words. Try to use good synonyms rather than using difficult words which you do not have the exact meaning as well. You need to use words according to the context. Could we score 8,777? Yes, I would say with the correct guidance and with the correct practice sessions, you would be able to score 8,777 with the first attempt itself. Can we use computer to write letters and essay during exam? You can do that during the computer-based exam. If you opt for computer-based exam, you can definitely go for it. So computer-based exam will allow you to type the letters and essays. I can write well, but I hesitate in speaking. Is it possible with your help? Of course, it is possible, because we trainers will push you to speak more and more, and the trainers will also help you in giving good answers, at least by what we say by giving some sample answers and then making you to speak. And don't worry, the trainer is very patient. She would wait for your answers as well. Yes, then you exactly. You can find us on YouTube, and you will find many different videos related to how we train the students and also the other strategies as well. Missed speaking session. I'm really very sorry that you did so. So please, if you can just, book a demo session with us. It is Swati. So you can just, give your number. We would call you and you can take up a speaking demo session. It's free. And after that, you can decide what you would like to do further. My schooling is in mother tongue. After so much hard work, I reach at 6, but I am a GT student. So please tell me how to reach at 8,777. So Arti, we would actually like to, go for a demo session where the trainer will actually, not only she will give you the details related to the sessions, but she would also understand your level of speaking and writing as well. And then she would be better able to explain you in how much time or in what duration you would be able to reach 8,777. But yes, it is possible, right? So again, I think I should, okay, I would take 1 or 2 questions more before ending up the webinar. It's really great that you people have too many questions. How much time will it take to improve speaking? I need it on urgent. It depends actually on your performance, Prashant. It is really, we cannot say, without assessing you. So I would request, please, book a demo session with us. It is free. I would repeat again, the demo sessions are free. So in whatever module you feel the difficulty, please book a demo session for that. And the trainer will actually guide you what you can do, how you can proceed, or how you can, perform in your examination. So complete details would be given. I get very little time to practice. Please guide how to handle it wisely. Little time to practice. Oh, at least you need to give 1 hour a day. I think you have to manage your timing. That is the main part. Or at least you can, take up one module every day. And hence you would be able to, I have already decided. Thank you so much. So yes, time management is very important. Upnidhi, time management is very important. You need to, take out 1 hour every day. Where can I get full length practice tests? Okay, Prerna, you would be getting 3 actual tests at the end of this webinar. These are free. But in case if you want to go for more practice tests or full length tests, you can definitely go with our test plans. You would be able to, the 3 actual tests are not for free. I'm so sorry for that. The 3 actual tests are actually with good discount. I'm really very sorry. The free access is to the free Bs, that is the ebooks, the vocabulary ebook, and also the ebooks related to different modules. You will get 20% of discount once we end up the webinar on the 3 actual tests, and you will also get 1 speaking and writing evaluation with that. So, Prerna, you can just go with this first. You can take up 3 actual tests by, getting the offer that is 20% discount with this, and with that you will come to know how you can attend the full mock test, where you will also be assessed for one speaking and one writing. So please go for it. You will definitely come to know where you're standing, what is the band level that you can get at least with these actual tests or the mock test. And yes, I hope, okay, I am not getting any questions further. So thank you so much, all the participants. It was great having you for the webinar. And yes, you will get a call after we complete the webinar. You will get all the links uh, related to the speaking, related to the presentation, related to the ebooks. So all the links would be provided to you after we end up the webinar. And we would call the people who actually have given their numbers and have decided to join with us. Thank you so much for that. And really, I appreciate all the participants to, give us your presence. And also, you were so energetic and participated in all the polls actively. So that was really great. So thank you so much. And just wait for the call, and the executives will call you for the further conversation. Thank you. Thank you so much.